and welcome to Danny's Design Studio. I'm Danny and this is week 3 of 2021 Christmas series. Today we're making a tea light holder and using the lovely papers from the Eden Garden Suite, which has only come out this week. Now this is not particularly a Christmas paper, but it easily could be because of all the lovely gold sort of speckles and leaves and things in it. And I've made this tea light holder with a belly band. Just take this off and inside is sort of holds 6 tea lights. So we're going to be making this today and using some different papers, and I'll just pop this back on. And I'm going to be using slightly darker papers. Now we start off with a piece of cardstock measuring 22 centimetres by 16 centimetres, and then we are going to score with the short side at the top, 2 centimetres on either side. You get your cutting blade out of the way and score that side and then the opposite side. And then with the long side at the top, you're going to score at 2 centimetres, 10 centimetres, 12 centimetres and 20 centimetres. Now put that to one side, so you end up with something like this, if you can just about see that. So then we're going to score with our bone folder, and with boxes, scoring is really important to get those creases really nice, because that's what makes the boxes sort of crisp and sturdy and able to hold their contents really well and their shape. So you just spend a minute or two doing that really well, and then we're going to cut. So you've got, there's a top and a bottom, so these two little squares are going to fold inwards, so we are going to cut up this school line and then notch into that, because that's going to become a tab. For those of you who do boxes, that's, you know this really well. Just a standard cut. So, and then this side we're going to cut up that score line, notch into that, and then this bit is the top. I'm going to make this side the top of the box, so I'm going to notch into that ever so slightly so that it will fit into this box really well. So notch into that, and then I'm going to cut up this score line. So you'll have something that looks like this. Now whatever I've done to that side, I'm going to do the same to that side. So I've already done that side and I'm looking at that, so I'm going to cut up this score line so it's nice and straight, but then notch in to the square bit. And then this side, I'm notching into it a little bit and then cutting that straight. So you end up with something like this, and then this bit I'm going to round these corners. So this is going to be a little tab that tucks in. So if I fold that in, I can get that into the little detailed trio punch. Oops, my paper's gone skew whiff. So I'm going to angle that so that is flush with that, and that end is flushed with that, and then press down and it will give me that nice little rounded corner, and the same the other side. So it's got to be pushed right up flush into the corners. There we go. So that is done. Now, before I put my box together, I want to decorate it. So turning it on the outside, I have got some pre-cut little pieces. So I've got 3 strips of DSP, not strips, 3 pieces of DSP measuring 7.5 by 11.5, and these are going to go there and there, and then I'm going to turn that and it's going to go inside, or you could put it that side, because I think that, to be honest, that's the pretty side, isn't it? So that's going to go there, and then this is the top of my box, so I'm going to put that little strip there, but we need to round these corners, so I'll just put that into the detailed trio punch again, making sure it's flush, and then again that side need to put it at this angle in order to get a rounded corner, and that will go there. So I'm ready to stick all of that down. That little strip, by the way, was 1.5 centimeters by 11.5. So just going to stick all of that down. I think this little box is really cute for, it just makes charming little new home present. If somebody's just moved and you want to give a little present when you visit them, I think this is really quite sweet. It could be something when you don't want to give flowers or chocolates. It's nice for new teachers or teachers' presents at Christmas, and again when you don't want to give flowers and chocolates. So it's so many things it could be used for. And then, right, we're ready now to put it all together. So these 2 little bits here, these 2 tabs, are what we're going to glue together. So I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus. Stamp and Seal Plus is very good for 3D sort of projects, and also the tear and tape, that's very good as well. So you take your box, this is the base of the box. I'm going to bring that in at a right angle and bring that to the top so it's nice and flush, and you're going to make that corner stick. Same with this side. And again with this side, make it nice and flush that corner. So then these bits are going to go in, and that's going to go outside. So inside you can either do that or you could do it that way. I think I'm going to do it so that the pattern, the nicer pattern, is on the outside. So you can see that again, because I love the gold flecks in it, the gold leaves, because it's Christmas after all. And then you'd put your little tea lights in. Now these tea lights that I've got here are just standard tea lights, and you've got a bit of room. If there were tea lights that you chose that were slightly bigger, you've got a bit of room to put those in as well. So the next step is our belly band. So I've got a belly band 24 centimeters by 4 centimeters, and that I'm just going to work my way round like that and glue it together. So put a bit of glue on there. You could score this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. Now it's got to be not too tight, but enough to be able to get on and off. So just wait for a few seconds for that to dry. So then I'm going to make, we've got Eden's Garden, that's the stamp set. I haven't actually used that, only because I think sending hugs, dear friend, how are you, would be really good if you weren't giving it for Christmas. But as this is a Christmas series, I have used the Christmas to Remember, and I've also used the Layering Circle framelit dies, and I've cut a gold scalloped edge and a white plain edge to go onto there. And then with the Eden dies that come with it are these beautiful dies here, and you could even use this one actually, but I've chosen to use this one. I've already cut that out, die cut that out, and I'm going to use the reverse side. I'm going to pop it on there like that and then put that on there. So to save time, I've already done it, and I can stick this on. So I'm going to stick it onto here rather than onto here, because there'll be a gap here and I don't want glue to go right to the edge because it doesn't need it. So pop that sort of central. And then I'm ready to do some stamping on here. Now, the sentiment I've chosen, I could choose this one because that will fit on. Friends like you make this season special. Or I could choose this one, and I quite like this one. May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. Because I think after the pandemic, I think it's definitely going to be one that we remember and cherish, isn't it? So then I need, oops, glue's gone funny. So I'm going to mount that onto an acrylic block. This is Evening Evergreen. I'm going to stamp that onto here. Might need to just come into view. Hope you don't see my head. And then I just want to do a little edging around there. So I'm going to use the soft succulent, and I'm going to use a little sponge dauber, and I'm just going to edge that with the soft succulent with the sponge dauber, only to give it a little bit of an outline. Gives it some depth. There we go. Now, then I'm going to, I'll stick that on first. Just gives a little bit of a gold trim, not too much. I quite like just the subtleness of it. So this side I'm going to use my gold trim, and I need some dimensionals to stick it on. I need lots because I need to have the gold trim on, plus I need to stick it onto the belly band. So I'm not using these sparingly on purpose really, and what I will do is just get the trim. I'm going to swirl it around in my fingers. Oh, everything's going to stick. So swirl it around, lots of swirls like that. I just want to splay it out a little bit so that you can see it. Take the ends and stick it down because we don't want to see those ends. Make sure it's splayed out enough so you'll get to see it on the other side. There, I think that will do. So just adjust it a little bit so you can get to see the trim. Because you stuck those dimensionals down, at least it's got something to stick to until you're happy with the look you're going to get on the other side, which I'm fine with that. And then I am ready to stick it on. You might need a little bit more. Take a few more and pop it on. There we go. Then last thing is to take these genial gems, and they've got some soft succulent ones with a bit of glitter in it, which is quite cute. One more at the top, and that's it. So there we go. These are your little tea light holders, and I think they're quite cute, and I hope you enjoy making them. And join me next week for another Christmas craft. Until then, happy stamping, crafters! If you like this video, please click the like button below, and please subscribe and select the bell icon to all to receive notifications of when I upload. Thank you.